Okay, welcome again. Okay, this is a new unit. This week we are going to start a new unit. In your case, it's going to be clothing and appearance. So we're going to start with a listening here, and it is appearance and self-esteem. So you have to listen to an introduction to psychologist talk. What is the problem the speaker describes? Okay, so you're going to listen. Okay, remember, you will have this audio, so you can record it, replay it as many times as you want, right? So here we go.
This is the first episode of The Look, a podcast about media. Today, we have a talk by psychologist Carl Mayer of Carville College. The lecture was given at the Downtown Professional Women's Association of Boston.
So the female ideal has changed significantly in the last century. If you look at fashion magazines from the past, you immediately notice that the fashion models you see in them would be considered overweight by today's standards. Over the last 50 years, models have been getting thinner and thinner, and we psychologists, as well as the general public, have become concerned that models might actually be starving themselves to achieve the super thin look demanded by fashion designers. But this frightening trend has spread to the general population, and that super thin look has now become the standard female body image that girls and women aspire to. According to recent studies in the US, approximately 75% of women think they're too fat. Girls between ages 11 to 17 say if they had only one wish, it would be to be thinner. And between the ages of 10 and 14, the percentage of girls who say they are happy with the way they look drops from 60% to 29%. 80% of 10-year-old girls are on diets. Many wonder how this trend can be reversed, enabling women to again feel attractive with normal-sized bodies.
Okay, so what is the problem the speaker describes? So a growing trend of having a super thin body is harmful to most girls and women's self-image. Yeah, they want to have like a super thin body, but sometimes it's not like necessary. I don't know why they have that idea that have to be thin. Okay, so interesting topic. Okay, this may also be one of the questions that you may be asked in the speaking in the diet. Okay, so we're going to do this zoom in. So you're going to listen to friends, okay, discuss clothing customs. Okay, this is all about fashion. Okay, so you have to notice and pay attention to the feature. Okay, these expressions that we have, words and phrases. So here we go.
Layla's been invited to a friend's wedding next month. A close friend, actually. And she was asked to be a bridesmaid. I'm not sure what I should get her to wear.
Wow, time flies. Layla's old enough to have friends getting married?
Hello, Layla's 20. She's in her last year at school. Hard to believe, right?
Well, about the dress. That decision's out of your hands. The bride picks out the bridesmaid's dress, and they all wear the same thing. End of story.
Oh, that's just like at home. But what kind of dress do you suppose they'll choose for her? Do you think it'll be very revealing? I realize she's not a child, and it's probably none of my business.
Well, by our standards, probably not very revealing. But I understand you might not feel the same way.
You know me so well. It's been a struggle for me bringing her up here in this country. Call me old-fashioned, but I still think a young unmarried woman should dress modestly.
How modestly do you mean?
Well, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying she should be covered up from head to toe, but you have to draw the line somewhere, don't you?
Yeah, you do.
I mean, look at the way girls walk around. Actually, it's not just the girls. If I had a son, I'd feel the same way about inappropriate clothes. The majority of them walk around in torn pants hanging down below their...
I wouldn't read too much into any of this, Ileani. It doesn't mean much. Things that seem fine in one culture can be totally inappropriate or disrespectful somewhere else. It's just fashion.
Okay, interesting conversation, right? Okay, she was not very happy with her daughter wearing certain kind of dress. Okay, so now we're going to understand from the context. Okay, so find feature words or phrases from the zoom in to answer this question. So number one, it says, How does Harriet indicate that she's surprised Layla is already 20? Time flies, okay? In Spanish, el tiempo vuela, okay? That is the correct translation. We say the same. In what way does Elian say that something's been difficult for her? It's been a struggle, okay? Spanish. When we say, cuando decimos it's been a struggle, es como, oh, me ha costado, ha sido difícil, okay? Como aceptar algo, vivir algo, okay? That is, it's been a struggle, okay? What word does Elian use to mean not up to date? Old fashioned significa anticuado, no moderno. Old fashioned, ¿ok? Old fashioned puede ser algo, alguien, un país o alguna ropa, ¿ok? Todo eso es old fashioned. And how does Ellen ask Harry not to misunderstand what she's going to say? Don't get me wrong, ¿ok? En el fondo que no me malinterpretes, ¿ok? Don't get me wrong, ¿ok? No me malinterpretes. That's the idea. Okay, so now think and play. Okay, so you can have these questions and think about them, okay? Puedes pensar sobre cómo responderían estas preguntas. Por ejemplo, dice, why do you think Ellen says that decisions about Layla's clothes are none of her business? Okay, ¿qué significa eso? What do you think it means? Sample answer. Because Layla is no longer a child, she can make her own decisions about what to wear. None of her business significa no es asunto tuyo. Okay, why does Harry say that the decision about the dress is out of Elena's hands? Okay, the bride picks out the bridesmaid dress. Okay, no está en mis manos. That's the idea. So Elena has no say about Layla's dress. 3. What does Harry mean by the end of the story? There's no more to say about this, okay? Eso es toda la historia. What do you think Ella means when she describes her dress is revealing? She means it shows too much skin, okay? Cuando algo, un vestido o ropa es revealing, okay, muestra mucho. Okay, what do you think Ella means by you have to draw the line somewhere? She means one has to set the boundary somewhere, okay? Poner los límites. Tú tienes que dibujar el límite. What does Harry mean when she said I wouldn't read too much into any of this, Elian? Que no es la gran cosa, o sea, en el fondo no te preocupes tanto por eso. Right? Okay. Vocabulario. Importante. Here. Adjective to describe fashion. So we have, okay, aquí. Classic. Unchangeable style that always fashionable and stylish. Loud, extremely bright, and very attention-getting. Funky, modern, cool, and not traditional. Subdued, not bright or loud, visually quiet. Trendy, temporarily popular style that probably won't last. Elegant, beautiful, and high quality. And, don't forget, wild, conservative, modest, appropriate, inappropriate, casual, formal, and informal. Okay. These are very good adjectives for you to use when you want to describe something or fashion in Thai, ¿ok? Use them. Ya en español, muchos adjetivos, úsenlos. No solamente si eres bueno, malo, lindo, feo, ¿ok? Sino que más adjetivos más complejos como estos. La idea es que ustedes los incluyan en su discurso. Ya cuando hablan en el Thai o cuando hablan en una conversación con alguien de habla inglesa. Pero en una evaluación, ¿cierto? Como la prueba institucional, es muy importante que ustedes utilicen vocabulario complejo, como este. ¿Ok? Good. Ok, that will be the first part. Esta sería la primera parte de la clase, ¿ok? Este es el preview. Ya en el segundo video continuamos con la segunda parte.